My fiancé canceled our wedding 3 days before we were supposed to get married. 2 years later, his dying mother told me why he really left. 3 days before my wedding, my fiancé disappeared. No argument, no goodbye. No explanation, just a single text message. "I'm sorry, I can't marry you." That was it. No phone calls, no blocked numbers, nothing. After 6 years together, he erased me in 12 words. My friends called him a coward. My family called him a liar. I called him every name imaginable. The worst part wasn't losing him. It was standing in front of 180 wedding guests and explaining why there wasn't going to be a wedding. My parents lost thousands of dollars, people whispered. Some assumed I'd cheated. Others assumed he had. Neither was true. For months, I couldn't leave my apartment without feeling embarrassed. Eventually, I forced myself to move on. I accepted a promotion that required moving to another city. The work was demanding. It saved me. Instead of obsessing over what happened, I poured everything into my career. Within 2 years, I became regional operations manager. I bought my own apartment, made new friends, started sleeping through the night again. I wasn't completely healed, but I was finally happy. Then one Saturday morning, I received a phone call from an unknown number. It was my ex-fiancé's younger sister. "Can you please come? My mom wants to see you." I almost said no. Then she quietly added, "She's dying." Despite everything, his mother had always treated me like her own daughter. I drove 3 hours. When I entered the hospital room, she smiled weakly. "I'm sorry." Those were her first words before I could ask anything. She reached into her bedside drawer. She handed me a sealed envelope. "It's from Adam. He told me to destroy it." I couldn't. I stared at the handwriting. It was his. She squeezed my hand. "He didn't leave because he stopped loving you. He left because of me." I opened the letter. My heart started racing. Apparently, 6 days before our wedding, his mother had been diagnosed with advanced pancreatic cancer. The doctors estimated she had less than a year to live. Adam secretly decided to become her full-time caregiver. The treatment wasn't covered by insurance. It would cost nearly everything he had. He believed marriage would drag me into years of hospital bills, debt, and emotional exhaustion. He thought he was protecting me, so he made himself the villain. He wrote, "I knew if I told you the truth, you'd refuse to leave. And I couldn't watch your future disappear because of my family." I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was furious, not because he left, because he decided my future without asking me. Then came the first twist. His mother looked at me and whispered, "He never dated anyone else." For 2 years. He still wears his engagement ring. He keeps yours in his wallet. I felt my chest tighten. Then came the second twist. Adam had been sleeping in his mother's hospital room for nearly 18 months, working remotely during the day, caring for her every night. He'd sold his car, mortgaged his house, used every penny he had, not once asking anyone for help, including me. An hour later, Adam walked into the room. He froze when he saw me. Neither of us spoke. Finally, he said, "You shouldn't be here." I held up the letter. "You don't get to decide that anymore." For the first time in years, he cried, real tears. He admitted everything. Every day after canceling the wedding, he wanted to call me, every single day, but the longer he waited, the harder it became. After his mother passed away a month later, we met for coffee, then another, then dinner. Neither of us pretended the last 2 years hadn't happened. Trust had to be rebuilt, one conversation at a time. A year later, he proposed again. This time, there was no grand speech. He simply smiled and asked, "Can I make this decision with you instead of for you?" I laughed through my tears. That's all I ever wanted. Looking back, I don't think Adam was a bad man. I think he made a terrible decision for a good reason. Love isn't choosing someone else's future. It's letting them choose it with you. That's the lesson both of us learned too late. What would you have done if your fiancé canceled the wedding to protect you from a burden you would have willingly shared? Do you think Adam made the right decision, or should he have trusted me with the truth from the beginning? Comment below what you think.